Amend the Mass Media Group is California Capital's premier YouTube channel focused on reparations, dedicated to political advocacy and unapologetically aimed at shining a spotlight on our righteous justice claim for reparations.
The way it currently stands, forced labor, slavery takes precedence over rehabilitation and public safety.
Oh, by the way, while the Biden administration gives reparations to everyone but free people, look at the billions he has run over to Ukraine.
We don't have black grocery stores because if you think about it now, just to get in that supply chain, it's almost unheard of.
They don't want the truth to get out. Okay? I don't want to know what my family did or what all these people did and all this stuff like that. Okay? You read that 500-page report.
There's this thing called white superiority and black inferiority. That mindset allows all of the behaviors that we've seen across generations, allows for the construction of these policies and practices and systems and structures that continue to oppress us. This is not a handout. This is a debt that is owed.
You know, Allensworth was like the internet of his time in 1904, 1905.
The total black population in California is about 2.6 million, and then of that, the descendants compose about 2.2 million of that. So California, with a multi-billion-dollar surplus, can absolutely afford to satisfy the international terms for reparations, beginning with compensation.
Any financial obstacle that exists that impedes the success of increasing financial prosperity needs to be dealt with and eliminated.
No matter where we've been, no matter what part of this fight we've been in, we've been harmed, and we've had harm done to us specifically.
When I got to Los Angeles, this was some of the worst segregation I'd ever seen. And remember, I'm telling you, I'm from Mississippi.
Because as you can see, I'm giving you broken history right now, you know? But I had to give it to you guys today. I said, no, I got to show them this because it's so precious and nobody really knows about it.
Black people don't have that kind of luxury. Our historically black communities have been redistricted multiple times.
Now listen, if you can't handle the TR roof, don't tune in.
Write your thoughts, dreams, and affirmations into existence with this powerful, practical reparations manifestation planner. Put 2023 plans into action with purpose.
The proofs are hot off the press and look fire, fam. Perfect planner to write reparations manifestations and any other New Year's resolutions, goals, and achievable aspirations. It's been stated, if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in a book or write it down. Let's break those stereotypical trash tropes.
Conjure our justice claim collectively in 2023. Believe it and achieve it. Cut the check. Reparations Now Planner. Available now at Amazon.com. Write it into existence this year with fam and friends.
Morning, task force. Morning, black community, my beautiful black people. My name is Jay. I run a black-owned social media site, 6 Zeros. And I wanted to talk to the community today. Thank you. All right, if your family was not kidnapped in Africa, brought across the Atlantic Ocean, and subjugated to hundreds of years of the most vile and inhumane treatment in this country, I want to let you know that I believe you. Same with the Moors. If your family didn't make that trek across the Atlantic Ocean to be subjected to hundreds of years of the most vile and disgusting treatment that we still suffer from today, then yes, I believe you. But there's one thing that you have to understand, and that this is not about you. On March 29th, 2022, they made the determination that eligibility is going to be based on lineage, which is descendant of American chattel slavery. And if you are not okay with that, it is your opportunity to make your own CJEC, your own NAASD, to advocate for your own people. If you're not proud to be a black American or a descendant of American chattel slavery, it's your job to advocate for your people and stop trying to ride on our backs.
Thank you so much. Take your time.
Yeah, I'm Jay, founder of 6 Zeros, a black-owned social media network.
Shout out to 6 Zeros. All right, family, can you let us know where we at right now and why you're here?
Yeah, so right now we're in San Diego at the California Reparations Task Force public meeting. You know, we're showing up to let the task force know our opinion, to let them know that we're watching, to let them know that we're going to be here every step of the way along this journey to our restoration.
So, can you explain, to the people, your public comment and just kind of further elaborate on what you're speaking of?
Yeah, my public comment is simple. It's reparations in California should be for black Americans, descendants of American chattel slavery. If you don't identify yourself within that category, then you have to make your own claim. On the 29th of March, 2022, they created the standard that eligibility was based on lineage, and that lineage was descendant of American chattel slavery. There's a lot of individuals that are, throwing curveballs and saying, hey, but I'm Native American, or I'm a Moor, or this, and you need to change the language to include, this group or that group. And my public comment was essentially, hey, they said reparations for descendants of American chattel slavery, and that's it. It was resolved last year, and let's move on and keep pushing this forward. Let's not confuse it, and let's not use it as an opportunity to affirm our own identities. The California Reparations Task Force is not here to affirm your identity of being Native American or being a Moor or whatever. That's not the purpose of this. This is to repair the descendants of American chattel slavery, and we want to make sure we stay focused on that task.
All right, so I want to ask you one question, but before we go there, can you please let us know? Actually, you know what? We'll talk about why you built 6 Zeros. Well, that'll be the last question.
All right.
All right, so let's get into.
Thank you so much, and I'll probably come to you.
All right, so.
Thank you.
So we're definitely understanding what we're talking about. So first of all, do you understand the extension of the task force? Did it make sense to you in terms of what the task force is doing?
Absolutely. The extension makes sense, but what we have to make sure it's not a gotcha, because that initial proposal that was put forth was going to make it so that they could remove members from the task force, So we already know that's the okie doke. They're going to get rid of everybody that's for lineage-based reparations, because the person that made the proposal is for race-based reparations. So we already know it was a setup. So I think extending it so that they can continue advocates for it, I could see the benefits in that, as long as in that extension, it's clearly documented that the final proposal needs to be due in June. That we don't need to extend that out. They can extend this out so that they can get a budget, so that they can constantly proselytize and make sure that people are putting respect on the name of the final report. I'm with that, but the punitive stuff that was in that previous proposal, that needs to go away.
Okay. All right, brother. So we're gonna wrap it up here. Appreciate your time. Why did you start 6 Zeros? What's the importance of 6 Zeros?
Yeah, so I started 6 Zeros, and before I go into why I started, I'm going to go into some background. I was on Twitter, and I was on Facebook, I was on a bunch of the other social media platforms, and I was either being banned, muted, suspended for just having a black opinion, But then I saw people that spoke anti-black racism, and they were able to do whatever they wanted. And if I said anything about them, it was, for some reason, it was never against the terms and service of the platform, but me being unapologetically black always seem to be against the terms of service of the platform. So as a black man, you know, I can sit there and I could try to push up on these systems and try to get them to respect me. But I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make my own platform for my own people so that we can speak unapologetically about what's in our interest and speak from our perspective. And that's the mission of 6 Zeros. And I want to make it clear, 6 Zeros is all about, it's not about anti-blackness. We reject anti-blackness. So anti-blackness that comes from black people is also rejected from the site. We are unapologetically a site about blackness. We do not tolerate anti-blackness from anyone. And so some people sometimes get that confused. They're like, they feel like they can promote anti-blackness, but they're like, since I'm black and I'm promoting anti-blackness, I should be able to say what I want. And we're staunchly against anti-blackness, no matter who it comes from. And a good example of that is, for instance, now this is kind of a sidebar, but we saw who beat our brother Tyree up. It was 5 black officers. So we can't pretend like anti-black racism cannot come from black people, black-skinned people. There's people that have the same skin tone as us, but they profess those same anti-black sentiments, and they will kill one of us if they want to show the dominant society that, you know, they're a good old boy. So 6 Zeros is just all about us, our empowerment, and we're not going to let anti-black sentiments exist on the site, no matter who it comes from.
All right, brother. So can you let the people know where they can reach you?
Yeah, 6zeros.net is our website. We have apps in the Android Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. We have a major update coming in the next 2 to 2.5 weeks. It's going to fix a lot of the performance issues, going to speed it up, and it has a cool new clean design that I know you're going to love.
All right, and cool. And so just real quick, so are you actually part of the technical team as well, or are you just kind of heading up, this is kind of your brainchild in terms of like the website?
My hands are in every part of the business. You know, I'm aware of everything that goes on in the business. I'm part technical, part of the technical team, part of the design team, part of the finance team. You know, as you bootstrap, you know, you don't have all the resources in the world, so you have to wear many hats, and that's why we need reparations, so that we have the capital to build our businesses and not have to bootstrap all the time. I shouldn't have to be in this situation where, you know, if I want to make a black entity, I got to go through white institutions that want to sanitize my message and tell me, hey, you don't say black, say people of color or minorities. That's one of the benefits of this reparations struggle and this journey that we're on, so that we can build our own institutions. And I want all black people to understand that we come from a lineage of kingdoms and warriors, and we have a vast and storied history. And I want people to remember that. And if you never knew it, I want you to understand it, that we have the power to create our own societies. We do not need this dominant society to provide us with food, water, and shelter. We have the capabilities to provide it in ourselves. And 6 Zeros was my first step in doing that. Hey, we need a place to be able to communicate with one another in a progressive and respectful manner. So I built it. And that's just step one. I'm gonna keep going on and building more and more institutions for black people across the world.
Shout out quick to the Mass Media Group real quick.
Yeah.
So I get a quick sound.
Oh, absolutely. I'm Jay from 6 Zeros. I'm shouting out ETM. Hold on. What'd you say? Like,
cool.
Okay.
I'm in the Mass Media Group, but you can say ETM Media.
Amend the Mass Media?
Yeah.
Okay.